You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack, and you may find yourself in another part of the world, and you may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile, and you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife, and you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. And you may ask yourself, how do I work this? And you may ask yourself, where is that large automobile? And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. 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 Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the body's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. You may ask yourself, what is that beautiful house? You may ask yourself, where does that highway go to? And you may ask yourself, am I right? Am I wrong? And you may say to yourself, my God, what have I done? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again, into the silent water, under the rocks and stones. There is water underground. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
What's up, UGC?
Time isn't holding up. Time isn't excellence. Same as it ever was. The same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
Woo! What is up? No, that's Talking Heads. That ain't David Bowie. Oh, wait, now I gotta play David Bowie now. Now I gotta play a little David Bowie now. I gotta play a little David Bowie. Hold on. Now I gotta play. This is my playlist, y'all. I have a little white girl in me too. This is a nod to my swirlers.
Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance like blues. Let's dance to the song playing on the radio. Let's sway while color lights up your face. Let's sway, sway
You know who wrote that song? The dude that oh, what is his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The one that Pharrell did that he had that guitar solo on Pharrell's song. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Um oh my god. Y'all hold up, let me find that. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't remember his damn name. The one who be playing the guitar and Le Freak say sheep freak out. Y'all know what that song? The dude. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Now I gotta play that song. Hold on. What's the dude that played it? Y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't remember his damn name. Yeah, Nile Rodgers. God damn. He wrote that song, that David Bowie song. He wrote it. All right, now I know. God damn, I'm missing the names. So that's a fun fact for you. He wrote that song. He played the guitar in there too. Yes, Nile Rodgers. Nile Rodgers. God damn. I'm like, why can't I remember him? He's one of my favorites. He is one of my favorites. Selk is in the house, right on time. You really coming with the best music. Yes. I'm giving you my playlist. This is what I listen to when I want to groove. Yes, two lives today. Two lives today. So listen, y'all. For anybody who's on this live for the first time, my name is Selkis Ray. I am an artist, an author, a poet, a relationship expert, spiritual advisor, life coach, and medicine woman. I am also the ambassador and founder of the Ugly Girls Club, where we refuse to be defined by how we look. We are divestors from beauty because we understand that men move the goalposts as you go along. The more you improve, the more you need to improve, and you'll never be enough. Your efforts to level up and your efforts to look attractive are never going to be enough for men. So you need to get off that boat. Stop paddling to nowhere. Stop feeling insecure about how you look. Whether you're a 4, a 5, a 2, or maybe a 7 with a good makeup job, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what men think at the end of the day. You have to be about self-preservation, self-respect, self-esteem, and all those things. So this is what we talk about here. This is our level up approach. Our level up approach is through the indoctrination of why it's important to divest from the whole construct of being subdued by the rating system within our society that says this woman is better than that woman and this woman deserves more than this woman and all that kind of stuff, right? We are jumping ship on that, and we are trying to relieve what's left of our mental scruples, our mental self-esteem. We're trying to get all that back. Self-awareness, self-love, all of that, independent of what men think. Although men say it's impossible for us to do that, they're really hoping that it's impossible for us to do that. Because if we start thinking emotionally independently, if we start thinking about ourselves and quantifying ourselves outside of the lens on what they feel is attractive, then they won't get pussy the way that they do. They won't get free pussy. Because a lot of them are not getting the pussy that they want. And they won't, not only will they not get pussy that they want, but they also won't get pussy that they don't want. And that's what they're afraid of, because it's like, well, how are they going to get their dick wet? How are you going to get your dick wet, all you men who are watching me, or by hiring prostitutes? That's how you do that. That's how you do that. That prostitutes can't take care of all that stuff. You know, when you're in between relationships and you really don't want the responsibility of a wife, and really being a father to your little bastard children, and all this, all the complicated things, all the things that make relationships complicated for you. The solution to that is hire prostitutes. That's always been around, and it'll always be around for you. Put your little $50 away, save up your little lattes from Starbucks, maybe delete some subscriptions to Chicks with Dicks online. Maybe if you just save those $10, you'll be able to get flesh on flesh play. That's what we're saying. That's what we're talking about here. We are tired of men giving us grief and reminding us about our mortality and the fact that we are only worth anything for a certain allotment of time. We are tired of all of that. And we're saying it's okay. We tip our hats to you. Whatever you think is fine. But we run the show called Our Lives. We're not trying to even manipulate you. We are manipulating ourselves. This is what UGC is about. So if any of you resonate with anything I've ever said, anything I will say in the future, I invite you, if you have a vagina, a natural born vagina, you can join the club. Some of you men are trying to join. I don't know if you're thinking we're selling ass like OnlyFans. We're not selling retarded or ugly looking vaginas. That's not what the Ugly Girls Club is about. I know some of you are trying to solicit for ugly labias, maybe one lopsided labia. Is that what you think you're going to find when you go to the Ugly Girls Club? We're not swapping pictures of lopsided labias and discolored vaginas on the Ugly Girls Club. So please do not try to gain access, okay? That's not what we're doing there. It's only for women, natural born women, not women that have penises turned inside out. None of you. Natural born women who are unattractive by society standards, by default, by what their mother said, or whatever classifies you as unattractive. You are welcome to come into the fold. You are welcome. All right? You're welcome. Our admins are putting up all the links. We have audio trainings. We have ebooks starting at $12.95 for you to get all your level up techniques in order. We get real level up training here. Like for real, not that fake shit. The real stuff that's going to make you feel empowered instead of more anxious. The stuff that you're learning outside of this platform is making you feel less worthy, is making you feel more insecure, is making you feel more unsure of yourself. You feel there's less of a chance for you now coming into their information than you did before. Some of you that are swirling are still holding out hope. You never had a date with a white man before, but you're divesting. You're divesting from what? From a feeling? Because it's not showing up as reality in your life. So there's you too. We're trying to help you too. And I'm not trying to berate anybody here. I am a supporter of choices, whatever you decide to do, but I want you to think smart. I want you to think conscientiously. I want you to see the glass as half full, not half empty. I want you to feel entitled to whatever it is you want. Whatever it is you want, right? I just don't want you to waste your time on delusions. And what are delusions? Things that you like to believe that you don't really believe. Things that you believe, but you don't really believe. You just want to believe them. Those are what we call delusions over here. And those are time wasters. Those are time wasters. So some of you divestors from black men, I say you are justified in running the other way because some of our men are pieces of shit. But they are not the only pieces of shit out here. There's pieces of shit in every color. There's white shit. There's white crusty ass old dog shit that been sun dried. You know that the sun dried dog shit that turns white on the curb. You got them. You got Indian shit looking like curried shit, like you ate curry mangoes, curry potatoes, or something like that. It's all orangey and shit. They got orange shit, they got black shit, brown shit, and white shit out here. All kinds of shit. There are no saviors with the name man attached to it. There is no man that's going to save you. You have to do that for yourself. For yourself. Can I get likes in the stream, please? Can I get a like in the stream, please, before I go any further? That would be great. Like it up. Like it up, like it up, like it up. Let's see what y'all talking about in the chats. My admin says, please, haters, hit the like button too. Haters, hit the like button. Because if nothing else, I'm entertainment for you. I deserve a like to be at least entertaining for you. So hit the like. How do you save yourself? Are you lost? Who's this? Flowers? Where's she at? I lost that. Flowers. How do we save ourselves? Well, let me ask you this. Why are you lost? What's making you lost? What is making you walk through the wilderness aimlessly? Why do you feel lost? Malcolm says he wish he can like it up more than once. I wish you could too. I wish we can get hearts, yellow clovers, blue diamonds, green stars, just like in Lucky Charms. I wish we can do that. Like up the stream, please. Keona says, catacombs are fire. I'm still floating. Wasn't the live we did nice? We did live earlier today. We did one, yet was it yesterday or the day before, talking about sex and death? That one was deep too. So for those of you who are not subscribers to the Video Vault, you're missing all the sugary goodness that is me. You're missing all the sugary goodness. You know, somebody accused me of being a narcissist the other day. I was a little verklempt about that. I didn't know how to feel. I'm like, me, a narcissist? How could that be? Because I'm confident in what I believe in? Now I'm a narcissist? Oh my gosh. I was offended. Then I was, a little inspired, I blushed a little bit. Yes, a narcissist. Who started this whole you're old and hit the wall at 30? Well, I believe our comrades in the struggle, called males or men, have said that. And of course, women support it too. Because you'll have women calling you old before men do. That's the first insult that comes out of both their mouths, actually. Melinda, yes, the Video Vault is on the site. You have to become a subscriber to it in order to access it. That's the only way you can. That is the only way you can access it, is by becoming a subscriber. And then from there, you will get access to our private meetings in the catacombs, our private clubhouse meetings. You'll get an invite to that. So do that. We have merch on the site too. Being a girlfriend is a scam. I actually painted that saying on archival museum paper, and it's framed in glass in a floating frame. Very beautiful. So you might need to go ahead and cop that, pick that up, maybe put it in your office cubicle, or put it by your nightstand, or put it over your vanity, or put it in your bathroom so you can look up at it when you're taking a shit, maybe. Wherever space is important to you. Whatever space in your home that you do important things, you want it right there so you can see it. And maybe the dude that you're dating needs to see it too. So he can ask, well, honey, what does this mean? Well, you know what? Being a girlfriend is a scam. What does that mean? And let that be a nice conversation starter. I would love to be a fly on the wall there when you explain that. Yes, women do need to get their power back. I need more likes, y'all. Yes, the one from the previous day I listened to during my walk. Great knowledge received. Awesome. Seems like quite a few of us have been getting verbally attacked lately, usually by folks who have no clue what they are talking about. So, Weaver, you experiencing verbal attacks about what exactly? David said, don't feel bad. Us narcissists rule the world. You're in great company. No, I don't feel bad about that. I was tickled. I was tickled about that. I don't feel bad. I try my best not to feel badly about what anybody thinks. It really is a personal thing. It really is. Oh, we have a donation. Thank you, B. Stephanie. Thank you so much for the love. You said your views on black men. On what? Oh, Black Lives Matter? Oh, y'all, what can I say about it? Y'all know I don't really talk about that much on this channel, and there's a reason for that. There's a lot of things, a lot of topics I avoid because just certain things that everybody doesn't need to know how I feel about everything. Just put it like that. I don't argue with people about certain things. It's no point. You're not converting people, and when you see people are strongly about what they believe, then you understand that, well, anything you counter that with is it's for entertainment purposes. So I just try to keep things consolidated. A smart woman just keeps things consolidated. Everybody doesn't need to know how you feel about everything. It's best to go just, when they state what they say, go, oh, okay. Let people show how intelligent or stupid they are. It's better they show that than you start confirming things with everybody that you meet. Save some things for yourself and those that you can really have a constructive exchange with. You can't have a constructive exchange with everybody. You just can't. Like up the stream, y'all. Someone says here, I'm sorry, but black people hardly respect themselves and each other. Well, there's that, and there's also an assumption that other races of people have higher respect for themselves and others around them too. We just assuming things. We have a PR problem. Black people have a PR problem because people are corrupt and diabolical in every fucking race. There's all kinds of sex trafficking, baby eating motherfuckers in every goddamn race and culture on the goddamn planet. All kind of shit eating motherfuckers out here that are claiming high status. They're raping and pillaging, drinking blood, eating spermatozoa, chewing up babies, all kind of shit out here, but they're cultural. So we assume that they're civilized because they're hiding behind culture. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. We have a PR problem. That's the only problem black people have. We don't understand putting up a front. We talk too much. Verbal diarrhea. Especially our women. Good Lord, have mercy. Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. We definitely have a PR problem, and the media promotes the image. Absolutely. Absolutely. They promote us as animals, and we assume that it's true. They promote us as immoral, especially black women. Look what the Democrats, y'all seen that video of the chicks twerking? A bunch of chicks twerking. It's supposed to be a go out and vote video for the Democrats. I'm like, so y'all need to see sweaty booty cracks to actually go out and vote? That's what they're saying about us. We're so animalistic and so baseline, so carnal that we wouldn't even go out and vote if we didn't see some sweaty ass cheeks. That's what we're reduced to now. That's what we're reduced to now. It's a bad look. We have a PR problem. It's not that we're unintelligent. It's not that we're immoral. Y'all don't really believe that, do you? It's none of that. It's the media through hundreds of years of propaganda that has indoctrinated us to the point where we feel it, where it's passed on through our genes. Insecurity is passed down through the fucking genes now. That's what's going on here. They be laughing at us. Yeah, that's true. They be laughing at us. But it's not because they're moral. That's the one thing we be forgetting in this whole thing. Yeah, we being laughed at. But it's not because they are more moral. It ain't because of that. And it hurts us because of how the world portrays us. Well, it hurts us in one sense, and then in another sense, we perpetuate things too. Thank you for the donation, Miss T. Sulkers, do you have any advice for when a woman takes an interest in a guy? Should you ever make an approach? You're asking if you're interested in a guy, should you approach him? Uh, I guess it really depends on the situation and how you're approaching. You know, if you're approaching to create small talk and to create an opportunity for him to maybe solicit you for your number or for a later meetup or something like that, then I guess that's okay. But if you're like, going up to him, hey, can I have your number kind of thing, I think the most you should do as a woman is, like if you're at the grocery store and you're near some avocados, if the dude that you like is standing right there, you ask him, how do you know a fresh avocado? Is there a trick to picking a fresh avocado? Like you start a conversation like that. And if he looks at you like, bitch, get away from me, well then well, okay, that's a bust. But if it starts a dialogue that leads to something else, then great. But to go up to a man like, I think you're handsome, you want to go out? Ooh, nope. I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't recommend that. Boop. No, I feel men that want things ask for what they want. Men are good at asking for what they want. And if they're afraid or hesitant, it's because he doesn't really like you. He's not really that interested, or there's something wrong with him. Either way, you could spin it anyhow you want it. Anyhow you spin it, it ain't something you want. It ain't something that you want. Generally, men who are afraid to approach are not ideal. I'm in Baltimore, over 600,000 people, community events, food drives, supply giveaways, food given away happening. The news only shows murders. You see? That's all they show is murders, treachery, right? Sins, that salacious stuff, because that's what sells papers, that's what gets people to click. We like pain. We like to hear suffering. So suffering is, it's like a lust fest with people in general. You don't want to hear good stories. Good stories is like, who got shot? Oh, okay. Somebody gave an elderly lady a turkey for Christmas. Boring. Did they rape her though? Did they give her the turkey before or after they raped her? I just want to know, did anyone get raped? Because that's the only reason why I'll watch. We're depraved like that. We love suffering. That's why we love gossip, and we love that stuff. We love heartache. We love to hear pain. We're addicted to it. We're addicted to sorrow and pain. This is just society in general. Let's maybe off topic, but can we talk about 30-something-year-old man boys who can't let go of mama? Are there 30-something-year-old you call man boys that can't let go of mama? Nothing you can do about mama's boys. There's a lot of effeminate men out here, unfortunately. It's not just mama's boys either. There's a lot of men who are incapable. It's just the climate now, and you just got to vet. There's nothing you can do to reform a mama's boy. There's really nothing you could do to reform men in general. You could have what you want, right? You could have in your mind what you want, and the best that you can do is enforce your rules and regulations. That's the best you can do at the end of the day. But people are coming with their character is fixed, right? Character is fixed. This is the reason why you need to have protocol, and you need to have standards, and you need to have your morals in place. Those are the stones that protect you. Those are the stones that build a hedge of protection around you from people who will more than likely mistreat you, which men will more than likely do that if you don't have boundaries. So you can't really reform anybody. You can condition them to do things that you want to do based on how you enforce what it is, whatever it is you need. Meaning you don't give unless you get XYZ. That's the best that any woman can really do. I'm not giving you anything unless I get XYZ. That is really the best that you can do at the end of the day. Men are coming with all kind of shit, and you have all kind of shit with you too. I think younger men who date older women are mama's boys. Younger men who date older women are mama's boys. Could be. A lot of younger men that date older women who are also pimps. So there's that too. There are a lot of younger men who date older women who are, gigolos and whores. They exploit their own bodies for cash too. Men do that also. Just like women do. Just like women get flued out to Dubai and eat camel shit and suck Punjab dicks and stuff for Gucci bags and everything. You have men who whore themselves too. Men who whore themselves too. Fire sign, you don't agree with what? What you don't agree with? That's what it is, pimping. Yeah, there's a lot of young guys who are pimping older women now, because they know that a lot of older women are desperate, lonely. Need that. What does an older woman need besides attention? Not much else besides attention. She got her pension. She working for herself. She pretty much taking care of herself. So older women, usually the only requirement an older woman has is the need for attention. And a lot of these guys do exploit that. Like up the stream, y'all. There's a lot of people in here. Please like up the stream. Give me a like. Give me a like. Give me a like. Let me see here. I'm just speaking as a millennial. I come into contact with a lot of them. Maybe I should date older. You come into contact with a lot of mama's boys? Well, I will say this. I wish it was something where if you get somebody older, you won't have like the mama's boy problems or the insecurity and stuff like that. But nowadays, men in general are not that strong emotionally. We are in a different climate now, And if you're a millennial, you get with an older man, chances are you might be getting with a crack baby, someone who was a crack baby. Crack babies are having grandkids now. The whole family structure now is turned to shit. Liquid doo-doo. Okay? Diarrhea shit. Nobody wants responsibility. And that's why women are just left out in the cold to kind of figure things out for yourself. The watchdog, the person that was supposed to be invested in your well-being and interests, which is a father figure in your life, he's not stepping up to let niggas know, like, you can't fuck around with mine. Like, your protector, women's protectors, he's not there because he's a predator too. It's a mess. It is a mess. I wish I could say older, because these older ones are panty waist too. Hello. The older ones are panty waist too, and it's worse. Because he's a panty waist with a limp dick. Ain't nothing worse than a complaining ass motherfucker who can't get hard. And there's a whole lot of them out here too. There's a whole lot of dudes. When you talk about old, you might need somebody 70. You might need somebody on a pension. that come to you the first and the 15th, and all you got to do is sit on his lap while he's in a wheelchair and get your money. That might be it. Cause these other dudes, they on some new shit. These 50-something-year-old dudes, they talk like they 25. They talk like their balls ain't hitting the toilet bowl water. They talking like their balls have elasticity. Balls ain't got no elasticity. But they're talking like they got an erection of a 21-year-old man. That's the shit that I'm talking about. Like, dude, you don't understand. You got gray chest here. Stop. You got gray chest here, and your balls, or you have to hold your balls up when you take a shit so it don't hit the toilet bowl water. And you talking about somebody who hit the wall. Y'all spend all day long on YouTube making 3-hour lives to get the super chat money to talk about who the wall cometh. When you gotta hold your nutsack up so that you don't dirty it up in the shit water while you're on the fucking toilet. That's what we have to deal with here. Dudes that think they still in their prime and they got fat muscles. Bench pressing, you can't see no definition. You got about 3 inches layers of fat over what they claim is muscle, and they better than you. They better than you. They got 50 bottles of medication in their medicine cabinet just so they can take a shit and they don't have a fucking heart attack on a daily basis. But they haven't hit the wall yet. Y'all like up the stream and stop playing. Y'all like up the stream and stop playing. You said you can cry. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Cry me a goddamn river. Told y'all what I say. Don't be scared of these men. They cry babies, man. Incapable ass simps. 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 You said, like I said, just buy my cats. Yeah, go ahead and get some cats now. Get some cats, get some dogs. Make sure you don't go jacking up your dog like old boy do. Don't go playing with the dog's balls like our brother does. Don't go doing that. Fondling and raping dogs out here. Please don't do that. My aunt told me to ask men what kind of medication they on. Many can't do anything if they take diabetes and high blood pressure meds. That's real. Honestly, that's really something that you really need to ask. You need to if you ever make it to his house, you need to make a beeline before you sit down and get too comfortable. Before you sit down and start thinking about opening your knees and feeding him all your Gouda cheese, you need to make a beeline for the bathroom and take a peek in that medicine cabinet and see what's going on in there. See what's going on in there. See how many supplements he on. Nigga need iron pills, Geritol, ashwagandha, goddamn Spanish fly, goddamn blue pill in there, high blood pressure, low blood pressure pills, blood thinners, something to make him shit and piss. Yo, the wall cometh for everybody. Everybody. You said older women might be more stable. Maybe. You're going to get a pug? Whatever you need to do to make you happy. Whatever you need to do to make you happy. You're entitled to that. Value is determined by you. Not what people say they're going to buy. What a man say he willing to pay for you ain't never what you worth anyway. So it's not a buyer's market. I don't give a fuck what these panty waist motherfuckers say. I don't give a fuck what these closet dick suckers say. It's not a buyer's market. He can only tell you what he can afford. He's not giving you market value. He's giving you what the fuck he can afford, or what the fuck he think you should get. He's not coming with market data. He's coming with what he's capable of doing and what he's willing to do based on his own incentives and what he feels he's going to get in return. So there's no such thing as sexual market value. It's what the nigga can afford, what's in his pockets besides lint, and what he's incentivized to do based on whatever he's looking for at the moment. There is no sexual market value anything. You determine your worth. You determine your worth. How do you determine your worth? By what you agree to. He makes an offer, and once you agree to it, that is exactly what you are. Whatever offer you agree to is what you are. That's what you're worth. Period. Period. Listen, let me show you something here. You see this? This is a bracelet. I wear it all the time, every day. I never really take it off. It used to be twice this size, right? It's pure gold. It's called a slave band in the islands in Trinidad. We call this a slave band. This is priceless to me. You can't buy this anywhere. And you can go to Trinidad right now and buy there's stores that sell slave bands, right? But you can't buy this anywhere. Why can't you buy this particular one anywhere? Not just because I have it, but because of what it means, right? This was my grandmother's. This bracelet was made from gold that she was given throughout her life. Her wedding ring is a part of this bracelet. Her christening jewelry, coming of age jewelry, every piece of jewelry that she received from when she was small to adulthood made this slave band, including my mother's jewelry. My mother's first pair of earrings is in this, right? My mother's christening jewelry is in this. There's a whole bunch of jewelry is in this, right? Melted down to make this. And my grandmother wore this every day of her life until she passed it down to my mother, right? And like I said, over the years, it used to have designs. It was twice as thick, but from the banging, from washing clothes by hand and working the ground and all that stuff, all the banging, it reduced it down to this size. She gave this to my mother. And my mother, the oldest surviving child. And then my mother passed it down to me because I'm the oldest of her children. And then once I reach a point where I'm ready to pass it down, I'm going to pass it down to my oldest daughter. This cannot be bought anywhere. You can't pay me for this. There's no amount of money that you can give me that will make me part from this because of what it means, because of what went into it, because it cannot be duplicated. And this is how you have to think of yourself. Men will come with all kinds of sexual market value and rating you against some other woman. And no other woman is you. No other woman is you. He can say what he can find or what he had and what he used to and all that kind of stuff. But no other woman is you. You are the sum total of every experience in your life. All of your experience have shaped who you are. You cannot be duplicated. You cannot be duplicated. There is no other you. There's not another you that he can get anywhere else. So when he starts trying to match you and mirror you and measure you against somebody else, I want you to think of the analogy of this bracelet here. You can get a slave man, but you can't get this. You can't get what I put into it. What have you put into yourself? What have you put into yourself that makes you you? That makes you irreplaceable? That makes you unique? Do not let men classify you, quantify you, and throw you in a box with 50 million other women. Don't allow them to do that. Because the moment he does that, that's a low ball tactic right there. That's a low ball tactic right there. You have to quantify your worth. Stop letting men do that for you. It's impossible for him to do that. He hasn't walked with you for the 25 years of your life, or the 30 years of your life, or the 35 years of your life, or the 45 years of your life, or whatever. He hasn't walked with you. He has done nothing in the assistance of making you who you are. How can he quantify what your worth is? How do you let him quantify what your value is when he had nothing to do with the makings of you? This is what you learn here at the UGC. You learn to quantify yourself. For you. By you, for you. You learn how to introspect and how to think independently, which is what most women cannot do. And the reason why most women cannot do it is because she needs that man to want her sexually. She needs the acknowledgement that he is sexually aroused by her, because that's what attraction is. That's what sexual market value is. That is what desire is. And that is what love is. You need him to state, I think you're beautiful enough to put a baby in you. I think you're beautiful enough to suck my dick. I think you're beautiful enough to have sex with. I think you're beautiful enough for me to give you $10. I think you're beautiful enough for me to help you pay a bill or two. I think you're beautiful enough for that. And the moment that happens and you agree to that, you become a pawn in his chess move called his fucking life. You become a pawn. And a lot of y'all miss that. It goes over your head. You're not getting it because some other chick out there that you think is cute is telling you there's another way to win this thing called the game of life. She's explaining to you that there's another way to win this thing called the game of life. But you're not understanding that she's swimming in a different pool than you are. She's swimming in a different pool than you are. If you are an ugly girl, you understand what it is I'm saying. How many times and how many lives do I have to say the same thing? Nobody cares about lying to you. Nobody cares about not coming through for you. Nobody cares about mistreating you. Nobody cares about having ulterior motives. Nobody cares about having another agenda. Nobody cares about making you a baby mama. Nobody cares about giving you a venereal disease. Nobody cares about not giving you any money. Nobody cares if you're starving to death. Nobody cares if your lights ain't on. Nobody cares about none of that shit. You have to make them care. You have to require them to care. They're not coming pre-wired for any of that. That's why you can't listen to the pretty girl, because her method to her madness doesn't work for you. Who are you beguiling with your looks? Who can you seduce with a face like yours? Who? What we have to do has to come from in here. Our level up cannot be out here. It has to be in here. You can try your best out here. But you have to vibrate on a higher frequency. Higher than the upliftment that men claim that they can give you. Because most of the upliftment that these men claim to be able to give you, is it really upliftment? Is it really? Some of you cannot get past the surface. You will support people who condemn you, who enjoy berating you, and you enjoy it too. You lust after it. It makes you wet and it makes you aroused a little bit. The anger and the vitriol that certain men have for you arouses you. Yes, because you are addicted to pain. So it's a relationship that you have with your oppressors called men. He's not just beating you down, you're giving him the stick to do it. You're giving him the stick to do it. I could talk on here for 2 hours straight and maybe get one or two donations, one or two here or there, a lot of frowns and this and that. And all while you know what I'm saying is the truth. How about that? You hate what I'm saying, all while knowing what I'm saying is the truth. That's what we're living in. So any man that hurts you, understand that was a relationship. That was a commonality there. You had a commonality between the two of you. What was the commonality? That he hated you and you hated yourself. That's why him treating you badly wasn't as unreasonable as it should be to you. It didn't feel that unreasonable. The insults that he gave you didn't feel that unreasonable because there's nothing harder than what you don't say to yourself on a daily basis when nobody's looking around. Him berating you, it isn't any worse than anything you think about you. And that's why you're still there. And that's why you go to these channels and you listen to that shit. You will rock and roll with motherfuckers for 3 and 4 hours straight who say that you ain't shit and be entertained by it. Because it's nothing that you haven't said to yourself. And that's why we're in a mess collectively. That's why we're in a mess. Support your health and well-being here. Support your pivot. In the UGC, we don't talk about men. We talk about health. We talk about mental health. Talk about getting over illness, getting ourselves reacclimated to being in homeostasis and in balance. We're talking about being at peace with ourselves finally. Thank you. Who's that? The messenger? Name is cut off. Thank you for the donation. I gotta give something to you. I could never hate your message. I appreciate you. Thank you. So that's it in a nutshell, y'all. That's it in a nutshell. We are addicted to pain. We like to feel pain because it makes us feel less dead. If you can't feel happy, at least you can feel pain. The pain lets you know that you're still alive, that you're still breathing. That's unfortunately what drives us. A lot of us is pain. It's true, Selkis. Most women love to be raped. I'm a man, know for a fact. Women love to submit. Classic cat and mouse until we get bored. Selkis telling you women the truth. Yeah. And then when they get bored, you're a throwaway. Then it's I love you, but I'm not in love with you. You're not in love with me. How could you love me but not be in love? What do you mean? How could you love me and not be in love with me? I just don't understand what that means. It means he cares about you, but not enough to fuck you anymore. In case you didn't know. Him loving you, but not being in love with you, means he cares about you, but no longer wants to fuck you. And that's just it. That's just it. Very twisted way of thinking. What's a very twisted way of thinking? This talk reminds me of saying childhood stories, the ugly duckling, and the most beautiful teapot. The themes of overcoming strife and adversity have always been a part of my life and destiny. It's a part of all of our lives. Most of the fairy tales are about overcoming adversity and being the odd person out. Isn't that what every superhero is? A man who was misunderstood until he found powers and gifts, until he found a purpose in his life and a reason for living. Isn't that what the Batman story is? Isn't that what Superman is? Isn't that what they all are? The hero's journey? That's what it all is. You're an odd person out. You're the odd woman out. You got to figure out a reason for living. What does having a reason for living mean? It means having a purpose and deciding what your value will be and living that out so that you are self-defined, self-determined, self-identified. And anybody coming along is not coming to reshape you. They're coming to share in your glory. They're coming to share a piece of your life with you. That's how this thing has to be. But it's hardly ever how it is, especially for a woman who never hears that she's beautiful. It's very hard. It's very hard for a woman who's never told that she's beautiful to really get into that mode of thinking, because every woman around her is telling her the only value you have is to be beautiful. It's because every woman has indoctrinated her from the time she could walk and have understanding that she was separate from her mother. She was rated by the way that she looked. 5-year-old girls understand that they get more candy when they're beautiful. They get more attention when their hair is done. A 5-year-old girl understands that. And it's a downhill spiral from there because she's always chasing that feeling. She needs to be acknowledged. Otherwise, she's not here. How's a woman alive if she's never acknowledged by other people? You know? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we look to that for acknowledgement when there's so much so much the world needs. There's so much things that people can use outside of your vanity. Like you can actually be an asset and a lifesaver to somebody outside of your need to be seen as fuckable. Like some of you probably have the cure for diseases now, but you're too focused. You're putting all your money into makeup. Some of you could be the next Dr. Sebi right now, whipping up shit in your kitchen. But you're throwing all your money into a wig, into makeup, into level up classes, wife school, or whatever it is. Instead of throwing your money into research and learning how to do things that will really change the world. And change your life too. And make your life worth living. Give you a purpose outside of being sexually wanted by a man, which that never lasts forever anyway. That's only for a short window of time anyway. It's unfortunate, and that's what it is. Thank you. I think that's Perry. From my own personal experience, it's the woman who sets the standards in a relationship. If she don't have standards, it could be to my advantage. Yes, this is what I tell women all the time. Morality is what you bring to any relationship with a man. Morality is what you bring. Because you men just want what you want. You require us to be fair, but you want what you want, whether it's fair or not. You don't consider being fair. You men don't talk about fairness. When you're huddled together talking about women, fairness never comes. Fairness never comes across any of your lips. But when women are talking, you come to women's spaces, you say, well, that's a false equivalent. You're being biased right now. You're being you're looking at things one-sided. That's not a balanced way to view things. Men always want you to be balanced and fair because then they get what they want from you for little or nothing. Right? They don't require fairness from each other. A man can admire another man who's treacherous, who's cutthroat, and never once does he utter, well, is he fair? Men admire unfair men all day long and twice on Sundays. Admire them, want to be like them, some want to fuck them too. And there's nothing about them that's fair. But they come to you expecting you to have the scales of balance, only to exploit that. Because they don't offer the reciprocity of fairness. They only come to exploit that. Because they know that we're scared of what men think. They know that we are scared of being judged by men. Men know this. And they exploit this in you. But UGC, we're divesting from all of that. And if you women want to taste a little bit of what freedom, what emotional freedom feels like, you come on over. And you buy the products, study, get your pen and paper out. This what I'm doing here is just the tip. We go really, really coursework in this thing, really sub-level. Invest in knowledge, because knowledge is the only thing that matters. Knowledge is the only thing that's going to carry you through the rest of your life. The lipstick that you buy and carrying you through the rest of your life. The girl that you buy and carrying you for the rest of your life. The eyelashes you buying and carrying you for the rest of your life. Neither is the wig. None of that. Ain't nothing more important than knowledge and time. Because those two things are the deciding factors in how your life plays out. Those two things. What are you afraid of? Afraid that people call you weird? You afraid that they may think you're stupid? Don't they think that already? They don't want you now. So what do you have to lose? Some of you acting like you have something to lose and you don't have nothing to lose. Hello? Some of you are really acting like you got something so much to lose. And you have nothing to lose. Like nothing. You're on ground zero. Building yourself back up. You have an opportunity to become a different woman. And you just holding on to opinions. And what you think people don't see. Why? Why? Shame? We talked about shame in the catacombs. We talked about shame and where all that stuff comes from. Men indoctrinate you with that. When they come with you requesting that you be fair, that's not fair. The phrase "that's not fair" itself is supposed to induce shame in you. You're supposed to rethink your position when he throws that opinion at you. You're supposed to shift from being self-centered to now considering what he thinks above your own. Ms. Hamilton says, UGC, become a different woman. I love that. Yes. Become a real woman. Not just feminine. Feminine is just one aspect of your life. It's a very small one at that. A very small one. There's so much more to being a woman of vitality. There's so much information out here that's wrong. Wrong. Misinformation that eventually taking some people out of here too. So we're here to right all the wrongs, as many as we can. We're going to still make mistakes, but we're going to examine the mistakes that we have made and make sure we don't make them again. That's one thing we can definitely do. A mistake that you've already made is a mistake you don't have to make again, if you learn from it. And you've made enough mistakes in your life to be a wise woman now. You can be a wise woman now. Can't you? What's stopping you from being wise? Oh, you don't want to be that. I'd rather be feminine. I don't want to be wise. I want to be feminine. So you put more value in naivety. You put more value in naivety than wisdom. Because naivety seems to be paying the bills. Seems to. There's a price to pay on that, though. Playing dumb and being dumb are two different things. Playing dumb and actually being dumb are two different things. Look at Paris Hilton. She has a little thing interview that she did now where she admits that she played dumb for all these years to get a coin. She played the dumb blonde. White women do that well. For you naders that chase these white feminine chicks, white women play dumb real well. Black woman is very authentic in how she feels. We don't have poker faces like other women, but we don't get rewards for our authenticity. We're not rewarded for that. There's no rites of passage that we go through to understand how to balance all of that stuff out, unfortunately. Unfortunately. And because of the media, we have this stigma attached to us of being harlots, being aggressive, being unintelligent, being traitors to our race even. You know, because there's some men saying that we are traitors to our own race. We are the mammies, right? Always wanting what the white man has. That's what they say. So we have a PR problem. We don't have a moral problem. We've always been moral as a people. We're loving by nature. No one has to teach you how to love. It's in you. It's in you to share. It's in you to give everybody a chance. Isn't that what black people do? That's what we do. We give everybody a shot. Everybody can come in, make money off of us, co-opt our culture, do blackface and all of that. We forgive and we forget. That's our nature. We ain't as hardcore as we claim to be. Not as much as we claim to be. So it's a PR problem. And we have to fix that. We don't need to be better sluts. People already think we're that. We don't need campaigning for sluts, for whoring, for WAP, or any of that. Because as far as the media is concerned, that's what we've always been. We don't need that to empower us. We need to shake that shit off. We need to shake that shit off. Black men have always been portrayed as weak in the media. Always. Minstrel shows and all of that always show the black woman aggressive, yelling at the black man, pulling him by the ears. The black man is always coward, always depicted as a coward. We have a PR problem. It's not hard for us to love one another. Why are we fighting each other? I don't know. Who's going to win in this fight? Because we have babies that are unprotected right now. We have young daughters that don't have guard dogs. That don't have guards at her gate. Who's guarding her? Who's guarding your daughter? You don't feel compelled to guard her because you don't love the mother. You never loved the mother. So now your offspring is wide open to attack too. And you think she doesn't feel unwanted? You think how does she feel good about herself when her father doesn't want her? Or her mother doesn't want her? How's she gonna raise her children? She has to give birth to defective genes if she's growing up feeling like she's unloved. She will give birth to defective genes. Defective genes start with a stressed mother. That's how children are born with proclivities to illnesses. As long as the mother is stressed and going through trauma while you're in her womb, she's going to pass all that on to you. And whatever stress that she's going through, it's going to affect how you process nutrients even in the womb. Before you even are born, you're going to be predisposed to being injured, predisposed to bipolar, this or that, mental issues, all kind of mental issues, all kind of nutrient deficiencies, because she's stressed, because you're in her womb and she knows that she's not wanted. And pass that on. And all you motherfucking men can talk about is who's cute and who ain't cute. That's what we're reduced to now. While your daughters are wide open to attack, both psychically and physically. The legacy that you men leave behind is that you don't like the way a woman looks. You have whole panel discussions about how a woman looks and her fucking pea sleeve and all kinds of derogatory ass shit. You motherfuckers with your old ass balls hitting the toilet bowl water talking about who ain't young. That's what you do. You don't build shit. You don't protect your own daughters, your own children. You don't guide them. You stress out the mother and wonder why your kid come out with Down syndrome or maybe grow up to, want to be gay or something like that. You wonder, what happened to my genes? How did we give birth to this? You didn't create a balanced situation, a balanced environment for the woman who carried your seed. You didn't think that was important enough to do. You didn't want her to be that comfortable. She don't need to be that comfortable. Why doesn't she need to be comfortable? Because you will watch your mother knuckle drag and work like a dog for 50 fucking years of her life? So that's your normal? To see women in strife and stress and not having what she needs? That's your normal. So we could talk about single motherhood all day long, but let's talk about how you men have normalized women being under stress and in conditions that are unideal. How many mothers is single mothers on their own? She was single when you were ejaculating in her. How about that? Truth be told, she was single at the conception of your children. You were already mentally gone. Yeah, but that's not supposed to make a woman crazy. That's not supposed to make a woman mentally disrupted. She's supposed to survive all of that because women are strong. Women are strong. That bullshit. What are we leaving for our kids? What's the example on both sides of the coin now? This is not just beating up men. Both sides. What are we leaving for our children to emulate? Because children are still being born. You can divest from black men and he can divest from black women, but children are still here. Children are still here. And some of you may not have children of your own, but you got nieces and nephews now. I'm sure you got that. PR problem, y'all. PR problem. We are intelligent. We're more emotional. than anybody else. We care more than anybody else. We believe more than anybody else. We're more religious than anybody else. But we hate each other. But we hate each other. No one is going to win in this thing. No one is going to win in this thing. And women have to be a little bit more scientific in their choices, especially now more than ever before. With whomever you choose, whatever you choose, whether you black, white, green, yellow, purple, or plaid, you have to be more scientific than emotional with this thing. You do. Our community can do so much better, but no one wants to. Our children deserve two parents. Our children do deserve two parents. Our children do. There is no argument here that a two-parent household it will invite the best possible outcome for any child. A two-parent household. The man needs to be there to instill and restore order. His presence is needed. For you to say a man is inconsequential, especially in terms of a child's growth and development, means you don't understand growth and development of a child. Two parents, male and female, has to be there. So it reduces the odds of her becoming a teen mom. And it reduces the odds of him becoming a drug addict or dropping out of school. Two parents need to be there. Men have their role. And we have our roles too. And both of them are important. Both are important. Thank you for the donation, so because you have helped me to want to be a better man. Aw, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. We can definitely do better. It's what we're absorbing that is causing us to be skewed. We're seeing pictures through a lens that is put together for us. It's created for us to see through, and the lens is skewed. The lens is skewed. We really think we're inadequate. There's a lot of brothers that really don't think they're capable. They're loud and they're obnoxious and they're consumers and they're aggressive and all of that stuff, but they don't have no esteem. There's a difference in being aggressive and having esteem. There's a lot of men who don't. They don't really believe in themselves. There's a lot of frustration with women too, because women don't believe in themselves either. You know? But life is short, and you got to decide now, what are you about? What are you here to do? If you're here to just breathe, you know, that's fine. But if you're here to make a change and to be an example of something other than just someone who consumes, then start doing that. Like, start doing that. Why not just do that? You're entitled to do that. You know, when I think about life, I always think about apocalyptic things because it clarifies, for me anyway, the thought process of that clarifies what's important. And when you think about all these doomsday movies that we've seen over years and years and years, and how certain people, there's always a certain group of expert people, masters of some sort, who were called together to make something, fix something, stop a meteor from coming or something like that. I always imagine, like, okay, if something were to go down, would the world need me for anything? Like, could I assist in stopping anything, any apocalyptic thing from happening? Or could I assist in rebuilding the world after the atom bomb hit? Where would they need to save me? Would there be a reason for me to be saved? I always think like that. From watching these movies and watching how they choose people, I'm like, So if something were to happen today, I'm expendable. I am disposable. I am a skirmish at best because there's really nothing about me that anyone would need in the state that I'm living in. And when I thought about that, that bothered me. That bothered me. I would love to be one of the ones in the think tank. One of the ones they need to come up with shit to repopulate the planet or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not enough for me to just be eat, breathe shit, and watch TV. That's just me. That's just me. I feel like you need a reason to live. Like, you need a reason to live. You know when people work for 50 years and then they retire and then 2 years later they die? You know what it is? Because there's no longer a reason to live. You notice when people stop working, their health declines, like everything goes in the toilet. Because they no longer have a reason for actually being on earth anymore. I think you all need to find your reason. Whatever it is. It could be just to be the best mom in the world and show other women how to be moms. It doesn't matter what it is. But what drives you? Ladies, I'm talking to you now. What drives you outside of just looking pretty to be the object of men's desires? Is that so fleeting? He fucks you today and he does not want to fuck you anymore tomorrow. The sum total of your life can't just be that. It can't just be that. That has an expiration date. It spoils faster than spilled milk. So many things we can be besides that. You know? Just a thought. Just a thought. Think it over. You know? Think it over. Y'all give me some more likes. This is lunacy. I gotta beg for all these likes. Give me some more likes. Don't be stingy with a like. Don't be stingy with support. You don't necessarily have to cash at me. Just buy the books. I've booked cheap books, expensive books, cheap courses, expensive courses, all price range. Go ahead and invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. You know when you could feel bad about yourself? When you're dead. Then you got eternity to feel bad about yourself. Right now you can't waste your time feeling bad about yourself. Wait till you're dead to do that. It's coming. Death is coming. For everybody. Including the ones who profess that you hit the wall. You got the rest of your life for that. What are you going to do now? You can sit there feeling entitled. But entitlement with no power behind it, where's the power behind your entitlement? You have to have action behind your entitlement. Otherwise, it's just hopes, wishes, and dreams. Skin said you purchased the book. It's very beautiful. Thank you, Skin, for your support and the feedback, too. Support and the feedback. Tell everybody to get the book. Tell them they should get it. This is what I'm here to do. This is my legacy. I could just be eating and minding my business. You know? That's not enough for me. That's not enough for me. Being beautiful is not, I let that go a long time ago. That's a loser's game. For me, I understood that was a loser's game. Some of you ain't there yet. Really makes me sad because you're wasting time. It saddens me that you don't realize it, that you won't realize it, some of you, until it won't matter when you do. Don't wait till it doesn't matter when you come to the realization. Some of you are waiting till it doesn't matter. It is what it is. So it's a suggestion that you go to the site and become a subscriber to the uglygirlsclub.com. It's a coalition of women who are supportive of each other. We don't coddle or anything like that. We're not swapping horror stories. We're really empowering each other. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're not going to feel like a victim. You're going to feel more independently better about yourself. Not even that you need a crutch, because that's not the point. The point is not to have another crutch. That's not the point. Selkis Man asks, how did you get to start doing what you did for us? Oh boy, it's I don't even know when the start point was. My whole life is a sum total of what I'm doing now. I've experienced rejection, insecurity, and all that stuff my entire life, and always try to figure out a solution to it. And the solution that I was told was just be prettier. Well, you just have to lose weight, then it'll happen. Just lighten your skin, and it'll happen. Learn how to contour your nose, and it will happen. Just make your hair straighter, and it will happen. You know, and spend a lot of time spinning wheels, listening to women that really didn't have any answers because they were insecure themselves. And I said to myself, I gotta do this another way for women who needed the way that I needed. I talk to you the way that that I need to be talked to myself. My delivery is in a way that I need the message delivered to me. No fluff, no hair flicking, and I feel like you're flirting with me instead of giving me some fucking information. Y'all ever notice that? Some of these bitches online, they're more flirting with you than they're giving you anything that you can actually fucking use. I was done with all of that. Done with all of that. I wanted to really know, how do I get out of this feeling? This feeling of being less than. When everybody in society is saying you're on the bottom, how do I get out of this feeling? And that was a question I always asked myself. And once you get rid of your shame, the light bulb turns on for everything. Shame is what's blocking a lot of us from being fantastic beings. Shame. You learn more about this joining UGC. You learn more about that. But once you get over that, you start to run. You start to run. Many of us really, really appreciate you beyond words can articulate. Thank you. You have a perfume, Selkis. I love fragrance. Yes, I do. It's a love potion. Go to the product page of UGC.com and you will see all of our training videos, our courses, as well as our merch. I gotta do a separate page for the merch because I have the artwork on there as well, and the love potion is there as well too. It's very, very spicy, fruity, musky, all of that. It's very haunting. The fragrance is very haunting, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So go ahead and cop that. It's a conjuring tool. That's what I call it, a conjuring tool. And like I said, I have some jewelry getting ready to be produced. We have pendants, UGC pendants, on their way. I'm in the last phases of the pre-production on that, so I'm as excited about being able to offer that to you so you can have symbolic reminders, because everything is symbolism on earth. In the physical realm, we learn by symbolism. Everything is symbolic. That's what evokes emotion. Words are one thing, but immediate emotion invoking powers comes from symbolism. That's why every company has a logo. Logos, branding, and all that stuff are very important because that's what triggers you emotionally. So we're gonna have that for ourselves too. And then I'm eventually gonna design a ring also for our graduates. Those of us who've leaped into another level of understanding of this thing will get a ring. And yeah, that's it. That is it. So let's see here. You said it's a real potion, Cheryl? Thank you. It is a love potion. Go ahead and order. I'm putting out, I gotta ship out some more on Monday. So if you get yours in, you might be, I might can ship it out in the next batch that comes along. She said use the love potion responsibly. Yeah, just a little drop here and there. A little drop here and there. Put it on your wrist, in between your thighs, behind your ear, in between your chest, all your little erogenous zones, behind your knees. You can put it behind your knees too. I put mine under my feet as well. Yes, the affirmations are, you get the affirmations with it too. It's like a little prayer, a little mantra, a chant that you say too. Am I putting the live from yesterday on YouTube? The one that we did in the catacombs? Nothing I do in the catacombs goes on YouTube. Nothing I do there goes on YouTube. That goes in the vault on the site. So, any specific way to apply the love potion? Well, just like I said, you can put it on your pressure points. I like to rub my skin with it first to get the blood to the surface, and then you just put the drop. You have the dropper, and you put the drop there, and to me it just goes, it contacts with the blood, and it gets the whole chemistry. The scent becomes personal to you when it hits the blood, because it changes your body chemistry will change the scent to match you. So just rub whatever area you're going to put it on. Massage that area first to get the blood flow, and then you put the drop there. I like underneath. I like on the soles of my feet, behind my knees, in my chest area, but behind my ears, right? I like to put it here, in the crease of my elbow too, because I find that this area here, for some reason, it makes the fragrance more potent. Like you can smell it more intense if you put it here in the crease of your elbows. So scent is a part of conjuring. No ugly girl should smell bad, ever, ever. Scent is how you become a goddess. Smelling good is the fastest way to become beautiful, actually. It's hard for a ugly woman to remain that way when she smells good. So make sure you do that. He said the vault is worth it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So get your love potions, get your artwork, get your courses. I have more stuff coming. Do it, man. Get what you need. Holidays are coming. Don't waste no time. Get what you need. All right. So I'm gonna leave you to it. I got things to do. I got orders to ship out, and I hope it's with everything. This live was helpful to you. Um, I hope it really gives y'all something to think about. You men too. You know, we all we got. I know the swirlers don't like when I say that. No, suckers, they ain't got them, and they ain't got me. I don't need their hands. But I think we're all we got. You know, I think we're all we got. So self love, and then you spread that out. You spread it out. You said you want the oil, Pretty Caramel. Go to the site, go to the product page. I think they just sent you the link. Just be real. You have the link to the product page of UGC. You go to the uglygirlsclub.com, and then when you see the menu bar, you'll see the product page, and everything is there. So anybody who wants to order it, please do. It is potent. It is potent, and it does magical things. All right. So with that said, if there's nothing else, I'm gonna leave y'all to think about things. All right. Thank you, Pretty. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for everyone who liked up the stream. And if you can still like up the stream even after I leave. Subscribe to the channel. Share what you've learned here with any woman that you feel needs the extra support. Let women know about me who you feel can benefit from what it is I say. Even if you don't like what I say, maybe there's somebody that you know who can more resonate with my message than you. And that's okay too. Don't hold it back because you like whatever it is you like. If you feel that I'm the medicine that she needs, pass it along. Pass it along, okay? All right, I'm out of here. Peace and love.